So it looks like markets are beginning to recover from the drop that they first experienced since the news came out that Jerome Powell, the head of the Federal Reserve, is being investigated. Also, let's not forget what is supposed to happen this week, and supposedly by Wednesday, as long as they don't postpone it again, the Supreme Court is supposed to decide on Trump's tariffs if they're going to stick or actually get removed. With that being said, the big news for the day, right? As the news came out that Jerome Powell is being criminally investigated because of Trump, NASDAQ market retraced to the same lows that we experienced on Friday. Since markets have opened, they have not seen a break of pattern. All they began to show were a sharp recovery and going back to retest previous highs. You guys let me know down in the comments section what you think. Do you think that Trump targeting Jerome Powell, who's the head of the Federal Reserve, he's targeting him? It's not a conspiracy. Everyone understands why. And it's because Jerome Powell will not cut rates to the degree that Trump has demanded. But remember, Jerome Powell or the Federal Reserve Committee, they don't have to do what Trump wants them to do. And I think that's where the big disconnect is that the Federal Reserve is supposed to be independent. That is the whole purpose of the Federal Reserve. And in my opinion, Jerome Powell has done an amazing job not talking beyond his scope of work. He is not outspoken, and this is the first time ever that he has ever actually taken a stand against what Trump is really trying to do, and that is really anything to force him to cut rates. So again, as of now, NASDAQ market is retesting previous highs. If you think markets are a good buy right now, feel free to buy. But if you think that this is a short-lived positive catalyst that will later end up leading to a retracement, then again, maybe this is something that you need to watch closely. There is no break of pattern yet. So maybe when we do see a break of support, and if this thing begins to curl on over, for those that feel comfortable shorting, then that would be the criteria that I would be looking out for. But there are some speculative stocks that are running today, and I want to show you guys this. We got CoreWeave. CoreWeave is up 12% on the day, and it's running and running hard. Supposedly there's some news of a partnership with NVIDIA that is causing CoreWeave to push up. But NVIDIA, to my understanding, is not even that much in the green. It's actually slightly in the red. CoreWeave with a huge push up. We'll see if it actually ends up holding in the days that follow. As of right now, it looks like it's too strong, too bullish. This is definitely not something that I would force a short on when direction is still in favor for the bulls. The other one that is also seeing a pretty decent run, or at least it was the push overnight for TEM, which is Tempest AI. But since the market has opened, we've seen lower highs and lower lows. The big one that I'm also paying attention to right now is MSTR. MSTR decided to run up today. It's not up very much, but it's still in the green, 3%, very rare for MSTR. But BTC is running up to retest the same previous resistance range of 92,500. And if it gets rejected, then we all know that if BTC begins to drop and comes back down to retest previous lows, that's going to most likely negatively impact MSTR. If it breaks above this resistance, then that's a step in the right direction for everyone that's bullish on Bitcoin, maybe for those that are even bullish on MSTR, to see if it produces another leg up to retest previous highs of 94,800, pretty much 95,000. But as of right now, again, we take it range by range. It's testing a current resistance range right around 92,000 to 92,500. If it ends up getting rejected, just know that I do plan to add more to my short position on MSTR, as it does tend to drop. MSTR has been one of my favorite stocks to short in all of 2025. And in comparison, some people are saying that it is oversold and bound for a recovery. I don't think so. I think that MSTR will only continue to drop because Bitcoin is only expected to continue to drop as well. And because MSTR is not a real company, it loses hundreds of millions of dollars when it comes down to its actual business. MSTR's price action is solely dependent on Bitcoin's price action. So if Bitcoin continues to drop, then so will MSTR. And that's what my big focus is just focus on the price action. When direction becomes favorable, step on the gas on my MSTR short and take profits when we begin to approach a previous support range, right? When in doubt, never be afraid to cash out. Just wanted to make sure that I did my part in keeping you guys up to date. Overbought reversal forming on the NASDAQ market. And like I said, I'm here to challenge you. If you're bullish on the market, buy. Feel free to buy. All power to you. But again, if you think that this is a short-lived pump and it's showing signs of an obvious resistance, overbought reversal, and due for a pullback, then again, don't be naive. Do your part in either taking profits, and for those that feel comfortable enough, then let's wait for proper criteria to be met to know when to enter a short as price action ends up being in our favor. This is the one thing that I wanted to also to show you guys. A lot of people are using this video and showing that, oh, this is why Jerome Powell is being investigated, because he was caught lying about the expense of this Fed building. You let me know what you think. I want you to form your own opinion about what you see.
Billion, it went up a little bit, or a lot. So the 2.7 is now 3.1.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah, I haven't heard that from anybody at the Fed.
Yeah, it just came out.
I noticed that at about 3.1 as well.
3.1.
3.2. This came from us?
Yes. I don't know who does that.
You're including the Martin renovation. You just added.
Our entire capital.
Yeah, you just added in a third building is what that is. That's a third building.
Well,
including
no,
the
but
Martin building.
it's a building that's being built.
No, it was built 5 years ago. We finished Martin 5 years ago.
It's part of the overall work.
But it's
So,
not new.
To me, that's hilarious because it seems like Trump tried to ambush Jerome Powell and make a claim of, hey, this $2.7 billion expense is now 3.1. And Jerome Powell's like, it's not 3.1. What do you mean? He's like, yeah, it is. Look at this document. And he tries to ambush him with this data. And Jerome Powell can very clearly see that they added a third building that is not part of those renovations. Nonetheless, it's like, you can agree to disagree on like, okay, well, it should have not been that expensive. At the end of the day, we all know that our government always tends to overspend. This is simply an attempt from Trump targeting the Fed because they are not cutting interest rates enough. It's clear as day. So I wanted you to see it firsthand where Trump tried to correct Jerome Powell, and Jerome Powell stood his ground and said, no, you're including another building in this expense. You don't know what you're talking about. This building was built over 5 years ago. It's that simple. Like there is no ands, ifs, or buts. It's that is the truth. And when people see this, they're like, oh, this is where Jerome Powell got caught lying. Lying about what? That's the part that I just don't understand, is that just say what it is that you're trying to do. You're upset that Jerome Powell won't cut rates. He won't listen to you, but he doesn't have to listen to you. And based off of his most recent response, it seems like he's going to stand his ground, and there's nothing that you're going to be able to do to remove him. Everyone knows that there is no ground when it comes down to this investigation. And I just wish, it doesn't matter if you voted for Trump. I voted for Trump. You don't have to blindly agree with every decision this person makes. You don't know this person personally. Think about all the people that you care about in your life. You're not going to agree with every decision they make. They're human. So why would you give this pass to Trump just because he's someone you voted for? Not agreeing with him doesn't mean that you're against him. It just means that you don't see eye to eye with every decision he makes. And that's completely okay. It's called being an individual. Stop being like unbearable to be around and to hear opinions from, because all you do is you regurgitate what Trump says or what Trump thinks is right, and it might be in his best interest, but it's definitely not in the Fed's, right? And the Fed's best interest is nonpartisan. It doesn't matter what president is in power. Biden has been in power. Powell has been in power under 4 administrations. both Republican and Democrat, and nominated from both. Trump nominated Jerome Powell. Biden also nominated Jerome Powell. Jerome Powell, in my opinion, has done a great job with his role. He doesn't often overspeak because he knows how much influence he has in the market. This is the first time that he has stood his ground and has said something back. And I'm sure it's something that Trump is probably not very happy with because, again, it's something that he probably didn't expect. So very excited to see how this continues to develop. This is now just another issue that Trump is adding to his table. On top of now his tariffs are supposed to be decided this Wednesday from the Supreme Court if they are legit or if they're going to get removed. So make sure, again, you follow for updates, and I'll do my part in keeping you up to date. I appreciate you guys' time. I hope that we're into thumbs up. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.